Actually, using games, not just digital game, but also the analog games, board games or card games, is not a new idea. People just using games before the computer came or digital media is advanced like now. In the 1990s, the research field is called gaming and simulation. And business games or other type of games are studied in that field. And also, entertainment education is a part of the research field that is interested in using games. Like cartoons or anime, you can include some of the educational element and providing to the students or children. Then students can learn incidentally along with just watching and enjoying the anime or cartoons. It's the same thing with the games. Students can play games and then incidentally they can learn some elements of the educational elements. So the field called some of the people just starting using the term edutainment in 1990s. And also in the 2000s, serious games is the sort of the buzzword or the term we used to diffuse the idea of using games for education or other social issues. So earlier example, one of the early example is Monopoly, Monopoly. But this game is produced as an educational game at the beginning. So it was a 1920 or 1930s. So you can learn the concept of taxation or the monopolize the real estate or the sort of thing. And there's in 80s and 90s, there's several type of business games on the family computer. It's Nintendo Entertainment Systems. Koei released several games working with some universities. So you can learn about how to manage the company with these games. This is the sort of the business simulation game. And one of the successful example when the serious games movement started, this is a game called Virtual U. This is a game like a SimCity, SimCity. This is a game to manage the university, how to manage university and then getting more enrollments or getting more money for the funding to do the research or those type of higher education version of SimCity is produced in 2000. And this game is used at the MBA or higher education professional training programs in the US and also other countries. This game is in English, so So this game is used at some of those educational programs. So, and because this game was successful, and then the people at the public sectors are interested in using games for some issues in public sectors like policy management or type of thing. The people at those sectors start interested in games, and then they start funding those projects. This is an early example in the healthcare field. The game called The Journey to Wild Divine. This game is an earlier example of using the biofeedback sensors. So you put some sensor device on your finger, and then you just control your physiological self-control and control the game players so that you can play better in the game. Like you can just control your breathe then you see that the ball is just flowing up, or those type of games. You see the several mini games in the game. After this game released, you see lots of other examples like Wii Fit or Nintendo produced some several healthcare related games, right? But this is one of the early examples. And now you see lots of several other games using sensors, right? And now the smartwatch is a good device to use for this kind of game. And this is also an example of the public project using games. You know, Dance Dance Revolution is a music game, and state of West Virginia in the U.S. they implemented the Dance Dance Revolution in the public schools. And this is a joint research project among the government, university, and the insurance association, and game publisher, and the stores. So they collaborated together to do this type of project. So there are several educational programs using Dance Dance Revolution is designed and then implemented in the school environment. Like it was in the classroom, and then that was a part of the after-school activity. And then they also created a lesson plan for the physical education as well. So it was 5-year project, and then they got a very good research outcomes. Okay, so this is the environment, the context in Japan. In 2002, do you know the game no kyofu? It's translated in the terror of the game brain is released in 2002, and 10 years after, the same publisher actually published a game, the book called "Game ni sureba umaku iku," which is translated as "Make it a game and you'll be fine," those type of thing. And so this is after the movement of gamification started. So the movement of gamification influenced the people's public acceptance of games. People just scared about the video games because it's children so engaged in playing and taking too much time. But nowadays, people understand that a game could be used to control or to help the students to do the better behavior. So the public acceptance is changing now in 10 years. And still it's changing, but still there's some negative people still exist. So it's not totally changed, and then everyone is not welcome to use the games as a tool to changing the social problem solving.